Hey, it's Bob Baker in the house saying welcome to part 20 of 30 ways to become an empowered artist. That means after this, there's only 10 more episodes or segments to go, which means there are only 10 more days left in my 30-day fan funding campaign, the Artist Empowerment Movement. It ends July 2nd, 2014, so if you'd like to contribute to that and be part of this movement, please click the link below the video or somewhere on this page to check that out. Just 10 days remaining. I would love for you to join me and support me in that effort. So today's segment is all about this conversation I've heard many times over the years about the various hats that creative people wear. So let's talk about headwear today. So I'm sure you're probably familiar with this concept, and I get where it comes from. It talks about if you want to be a creative entrepreneur, you have to wear many hats. You're the artist, you're the accountant, you're the marketer, you're the promoter, you do the grunt work, you clean up after yourself, hopefully. So it's true, there are many varied activities that one must engage in to pursue a creative career. But I have always had a little issue with this concept of having to shift from being a creative person to shifting into business mode, especially when it comes to marketing and sales. As I've mentioned on early videos, a lot of creative people, musicians, writers, artists, whatever, they are uncomfortable when it comes to marketing. They feel they're out of their zone. They're being someone that they're not when they're selling. Hopefully by now I've convinced you with those earlier videos that that should not be the case. But still, there's this idea out there that, okay, I'm the creative person now, and I'm in my flow, and I'm doing all this cool stuff, and now I gotta do this business and this marketing stuff. Oh my God, it's such a burden. So no wonder marketing and sales are no fun. You've set yourself up for failure in those areas. So I have always firmly believed that you can approach marketing and sales in particular with the same creativity, with the same amount of flow, with the same level of fun as you do the actual art itself. Now, I will state here a little disclaimer. Now, when it comes to very analytical things like taxes and accounting and signing contracts and all that, sure, you might need to get a little bit more analytical. You might have to shift into some sort of a mathematical or legal mode or consult somebody like a lawyer or an accountant when those things come up. But to apply that same sort of business analytical hat to the marketing and sales, I think is doing yourself a disservice. So that's what I want to focus on here. When it comes to marketing and sales, you can be just as creative and have just as much fun, okay? I've told this story over the years in a lot of my marketing workshops about this band that played at a lot of bars where they charged a cover or whatever, and they stamped people's hands at the door and they indicate they had paid or they indicate they were of legal drinking age or whatever. You know the deal. You get stamped when you go into one of these clubs. And every band has played this type of venue. It's sort of taken for granted and overlooked. But this one band member was watching that one night and he went, he had an idea, and he approached the manager and he said, on the nights that we play here, if we brought our own ink stamp that we created, would you use it instead of your regular bar stamp? And the guy goes, well, I don't see why not, sure. And so he created an ink stamp that had his band's name and their website on it. And the night that he played, or their band played, everyone in the room was basically tattooed with the band's name and logo or whatever and website. What a cool idea. That is creative thinking. That's applying creativity and out-of-the-box thinking to what would normally be considered just a standard thing of playing at a bar. But you can look at everything around you through those fresh, artistic eyes. And marketing and sales doesn't have to be boring. It's not like, well, let's put a press release and we need to have it properly formatted. And I mean, sure, you got to do some of that stuff, but why not have some fun with some out-of-the-box ideas? Like, what if during your one of your breaks at the local bar as a musician, you were to try to do the city's largest Twister game? Remember Twister, the red foot on blue and red and all that? That would be kind of fun. It would make your average gig at a local bar a lot more interesting. What if a visual artist combined his efforts with a musician and maybe a theater company, and there was a little bit of a one-act show or something while music was playing? Make it a multi-sensory experience with a whole lot of different creative stuff going on instead of just your art being on display. In fact, I'm doing that very thing this coming weekend. I'm having an art show of some of my paintings. I've mentioned those are all mine on the wall behind me here if you're watching the video version. But I'm going to be playing a little music at a place where my artwork is on display. And we're also going to put on a little improvisational comedy show with my art as the backdrop in the stage area. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's something different. It's creative thinking. And by doing that, I am getting the word out. I'm attracting more people to my events. Oh, I'm actually marketing, but I'm doing it creatively. And you should do the same darn thing. So that's my advice with this video, is stop thinking of yourself as wearing these different hats where you have to switch gears all the time. Yes, you have to do a lot of different activities, but they're all sort of melded together. They help support each other. You don't have to shift into an uncomfortable, awkward mode to be able to promote your art if you bring the same creativity and open-minded thinking to it. Am I making the point here? Is it starting to sink in? I hope so. So if I were to give you some homework with this video, it would be to think about your next event or your next promotion or sale or whatever, and sit down and think creatively about how you could make it different, how you can make it stand out, what perks could you offer to make it more interesting and fun and creative. Believe me, it can be done. All right, if you like this video, please share it with your creative friends, especially those who are into this multiple hats thing, and give them a different piece of fashion wear to try on their heads. Maybe an artist's beret, that would be cool. Also, if you're watching this before July 2nd of 2014, please click the link to check out how you can become a part of the Empowered Artist Movement. It is the name of a new book that I'll be publishing, but it's also a movement that I would love you to contribute to and be a part of. And even if you watch this after July 2nd, please click the link anyway, because I'll show you my ongoing efforts with this movement to inspire and empower creative people all around the world. Thanks for watching and listening. I'm Bob Baker. I'll be back tomorrow with episode 21. I'll see you then. So long for now.